Today's deck is pure insanity. I'm going to try my absolute best to get through this as quickly as possible and explain how these combos in this deck work, but there's a lot going on here. So let's just jump right into it. Today's deck is a Rata Drawback of Urborg deck. If you don't know what this card is, it's basically saying that whenever you have another legendary creature die, it creates a copy of that creature as a 2/2 zombie and it's no longer legendary, which opens the door for some serious shenanigans here. So we've got another card in this deck called Jaxus the Troublemaker. Now, Jaxus is a creature that if you tap it and also pay 1 red source, you can copy any creature on the battlefield. That creature comes in as a token of itself and it dies on the end step. Now, if we blitz this card in and copy a Rata Drawback and then choose the original copy to keep because of the legendary rule, that token's going to die, and then we're going to create another copy of itself as a 2/2 zombie. So now we have 2 Rata Drawbacks on the field, and then when Jaxus dies off of that blitz, it's going to create 2 copies of itself. Now from here on out, we can copy up to 2 times the Rata Drawback every single turn, which can get absolutely insane very quickly. If you can get 4 to 6 to maybe 8 Rata Drawbacks on the battlefield, that's when the game really starts to get fun, because we're going to be creating, 6 to 8 copies of any legendary that dies, and all of them are going to no longer be legendary, so they're going to be able to do some seriously crazy shenanigans. Of course, our win con's got to be something like a Shieldred or the Sadistic Pilgrim. Both of these are going to deal damage on entering the battlefield or them drawing cards, and if you have 8 to 10 of these, the opponent's not going to be able to stop the damage. It's absolutely insane, pure jank. I'm sure you guys are going to enjoy today's video. We've also got some special cards like Kaya Ghost, Geist Hunter in the deck, which can double down on the tokens as well. Just pure shenanigans today. I know you're going to enjoy today's video. We're going to get right into the games, but there will be a full deck breakdown at the end of today's video, so stick around for that. In the meantime, down below in the links, there's a full deck list. And if you guys enjoy content just like this, if you wouldn't mind giving the video a like, subscribe, all that good stuff, it helps out a ton, and I'd greatly appreciate it. But with that being said, enjoy today's video. We'll see you at the end. Peace. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today we have a crazy one for you. We've hit some of the gnarliest combos with this deck that I've hit in a long time. We kind of broke the game with this one, guys. I'm hoping I'm not overselling it and we can hit those combos today, but I'm sorry, not today, but in this video to showcase it. But it is absolutely insanity. We do have the 2 pieces we need for this combo to go off in our hand currently. We have both the Jaxus and the Rata Drawback, so I'm going to keep this hand and hopefully we can make this work. We do need to find a red source at some point, but yeah, guys, we were able to copy in the last game that I played. We were able to copy in AO like 30 times. It was really insane because we had like 6 drawbacks on the field, and then Jaxus was just copying and copying our AO, and then the AO was just kicking all the other AOs off the field, creating more AOs with the Rata Drawback. It was crazy. Okay, the opponent immediately goes for the Circle Confinement. There goes Jadar. That's fine. Not ideal, but it's fine. I actually don't mind the Braids at all here because we can sacrifice the 2/2 token here. The Decayed is after the combat ends, so we're not going to be able to attack here because we need the Braids to be able to sacrifice this in order for us to get that card. All right, so we can get Jadar back now with the Rite of Oblivion. That's kind of cool. All right, that's annoying. The opponent thoroughly annoying me at the moment. They have a lot of exiling effects, which does kind of get around what we're trying to do here, which is, having our creatures die as opposed to, getting exiled. But again, if I find a red source off the top, we're in a really good place, man. We're in a really good place. I actually kind of need 2 so I can blitz it in and then also activate its ability. So we do need 2 red sources. Am I willing to block this Brutal Cathar? I think I am, because I have a backup Rata Drawback, right? They don't want to walk into it. There's our first red source. We're loving that. All right. All right, all right. Man. I could go with a double drawback here. Actually, that could be pretty good. That could be pretty good. That could get us started on our combo pretty fast. But if we walk into an exiling effect, it might not actually work out for us so well. But we're going to try. Let's see. Hopefully no exiling effects here. We're gonna go double Rata Drawback here, and then we're gonna pray that we hit another mountain off the top, because if we hit another mountain off the top, we are gonna go absolutely ballistic on the field right now. So let's pray for mountain. Mountain. Can we do it? Not a mountain. Okay, well, that's still okay. It does still open up the Jaxus being copied twice by the Rata Drawback, which is still really high value, and we can take advantage of it the following a turn. So we are going to blitz this in to get that extra card and to have it sacrifice itself. So let's blitz this in. Combo is going to be online here in a second. And then maybe we go with the Kaya as well. That way we get another Jaxus. Or we can exile this. I think we should actually probably think about exiling the Sigarda. Yeah, let's do that. So this is going to leave the battlefield, allowing us to create extras with the Rata Drawback, and next turn we can start taking advantage of everything. They are going to be able to flip over the Brute though, so that's a bummer actually. I forgot about that. The Brute gets flipped over, but I can obviously get back whatever they take if they end up taking my actual hard copy of the Rata. All right, this is getting tricky. This is getting some big brain trickiness here. It is what it is though. It is what it is. Wandering Emperor comes in. Everything that I have has vigilance though, so we're not going to ever get hit by that, you know, -2. But that is a nuisance of a card, that's for sure. All right, so yeah, if I can just use my Rite of Oblivion here, take that Brutal Cathar, we're gonna get so much value here. It's not even funny.
Keep watch for intruders.
That's fine. That's all good. It's not fine. It's gonna actually create a lot of mana for them. Actually, these aren't even humans, are they? They're not. Nice. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Rite of Oblivion. Rite of Oblivion. We sack our Rata Drawback. I think that's the move, right? Here's what we do. All right, we sack our Rata Drawback. We get back our hard copy of the Rata, and then also the Braids. The opponent could have some sort of protection spell, but I doubt it. There we go. And then now let's go ahead and create a copy of the Rata again. Discarding Kaya, maybe? Yeah, probably Kaya, because I can use the Braids to get back some extra stuff here. So we keep the original Rata, which creates another token of Rata. And no attacks, and then we'll use the Braids to sacrifice a land. Yeah, let's sacrifice a land here. Don't need any extra lands here. I just need to find another. I mean, if we are going to hit a land, I'd like to see a red source. All right, they eat the damage, allowing us to draw a card. Now we have Lisa. Things are going to go crazy now that we have Lisa. As long as they don't find any sort of sweeper here, I think we're in a really good spot. I don't really care too much about how much damage they're dishing out to us at the moment. I would like to get down a Pilgrim. A Pilgrim would really solve a lot of our issues here with the life gaining and whatnot. There you go. It's that easy. All right. It's that easy. Yeah, I think we prioritize the Pilgrim here. Yeah. Maybe we copied the Drawback one more time, and then we sack the Pilgrim off of. Yeah, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna create one more Rata Drawback. We're gonna drop a Braids here. This is gonna get tricky. This is gonna get some big brain stuff here, but these loops that we're gonna create are insane. Like, we're gonna going off here in a second. All right, we create that. We draw a card thanks to the Jaxus's ability. Hopefully it's a red source, so we can do this again. That'd be nuts. That'd be nuts. Nope, not a red source. All right, we drop down the Pilgrim. Now here's where things are gonna get really fun, guys. We're gonna, oh, maybe we should have dropped the Pilgrim prior to that copy, so we would have got more life gain. It's all good though. Let's actually, yeah, we're gonna do the Pilgrim. I think that's the move. All right, here we go. Here comes the loop, guys. Here's where we're gonna start gaining life and you know, dealing damage to our opponent infinitely, where they're not gonna be able to stop it. This is nuts. I'm telling you guys, give this a second. You're gonna see this develop. It's gonna get absolutely crazy. And this is actually very consistent game plan, believe it or not. This is the third time I'm doing this out of 4 games, so it's actually really consistent. Here we go. We're gonna create 4 copies. All right, they destroy that. That's fine. The damage has been done. We create 4 copies of this Pilgrim, and now we're going to be dealing 4 damage and gaining 4 life at the end of every step, pretty much here. No attacks, though. I mean, we're just going to basically beat them by passive damage now through the Pilgrims. And why not? Let's just create another braids as well while we're at it. I mean, another 4 braids while we're at it. With 4 Rata drawbacks on the field, every time we sacrifice something that's not a token, or even things that are just legendary that are tokens, we can just keep creating 4 copies of every single one. So it's pretty gnarly. There's the scoop. I mean, look at this. We're getting 12 triggers right now on the stack. This is gonna get absolutely absurd. Hold on, let's take a look at this for a second. So again, we were about to get 1, 2, 3, 4 braids on that follow up there. This was going to trigger 4 times for us on life gain. And then, I mean, the next turn after that, if we just get double red sources, we can copy another drawback every single turn and copy something else. And I mean, it's just going to create this loop that never ends. So GG's. Oh my goodness, this thing is insane. I'm telling you guys, I've done this combo a few times too, playtesting it. Like, it seems pretty consistent to hit the combo as long as you get your pieces, man. Like this, we just got our pieces. We do need to find a red source to get Jaxus in though, but this is gonna be this should be fine. I honestly can't be too upset about it, that's for sure. Let's play this first. I don't know why I just got this weird feeling my audio wasn't on this whole time, but it was. We're good. All right, so the opponent running out mono white, so they're pretty aggressive. The 2/2 death touching creature should hopefully put a damper into some of their plans. They might play out, you know, a fateful absence or something like that to kill it. But if they don't, I can at least gain life every time something enters the battlefield, which could be pretty key to winning this game. I also think it's key that I'm going to be playing creatures every single turn. I think that's going to help too in this matchup. Obviously being able to put bodies in front to make some good blocks, things like that. They don't respect it, which is fair. I don't think I'm going to block here. I mean, I could obviously kill the initiate, but I think we're fine leaving it on the battlefield. If they have the fateful absence, I'm going to feel pretty sad. Okay. All right, nothing crazy threatening right now, but still not ideal. The braids should be able to put, well, yeah, the braids is probably better than in the Jadar, because the Jadar is not going to be able to block anything here. So no, we're not gonna sack anything just yet. The braid sacrificing is going to be a little bit more of a late game mechanic for us. I'm really hoping we find a red source off the top here. My apologies, my allergies, man. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, if they only have the 2 mana, that's totally fine. I guess Jadar's gonna have to be the play here. We missed the land drop, which is really sad. No attacks, but we can finally start to sack creatures here, which is so helpful to the game plan of maybe trying to find those land drops, because you know they're not going to sack any of their creatures, so we should be able to get some card draw here. Okay, or they are going to sack creatures. That's fine too. Either way, it's a huge benefit for us. Now, I don't think we can block the Intrepid Adversary. Yeah, I was going to say, I think them attacking with the Intrepid Adversary is not a bad idea, because, you know, we don't have a fantastic block against it right now, and we're getting all this value from, you know, the 2/2. Obviously, it probably would be wise to make some blocks here. But, it's gonna require it. I mean, we're gonna have to hit a land drop. And is the game gonna actually provide us that fourth land drop? Probably not. I don't know. I do feel like we have to block here though, which is such a bummer. We'd be so well off here if we would have just, you know, hit what we needed. Unbelievable. All right, the game is like that sometimes, I guess. Well, we're in a bit of trouble here. I maybe should have considered blocking with the braids over the Jadar, because I do have a second braids. That was probably a big mistake on my end. Finally, we hit a land. We're gonna get down the Drawbick and no attacks. I will actually sack my braids here because I'm gonna get another braids, and I'm still digging for that red source, because once I get the red source, we're good to go. Peacekeeper, that's annoying. Hopefully they don't see the value. Obviously in Jaxus, I would imagine someone would call out Shieldred here, not knowing how the game plan kind of works, so we might get away with one here. The opponent's not hitting lands either though, so I mean, we're kind of both in the same boat. I wish I could have gone back though and made that block with the braids. Oh, they do call out Jaxus. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that at all. All right, we're gonna go with the Lisa then. No attacks. I actually don't have a great option here. Actually, I do. I could sack a land here. Let's sack a land. Jadar, okay. Oh, that is not good, ladies and gentlemen. That is an absolute nightmare of a card to see here. Oh, no. Okay, well. Shieldred it is. We got to gain some life here. This goes over the top all day long for some value because it's got lifelink tied to it. So we will attack in. If they want to block with the Paragon, we're fine with that. Sack the Shieldred. We get back an extra Shieldred. Tough, man, tough. Lisa though is gonna get us out of a lot of this trouble because we are going to be able to you know, gain that life over the top every single time. Trying to think. Gosh, 2 Paragons. What a nightmare. I'm waiting for them to play out that Intrepid Adversary and pump their whole squad. That's when things are really going to go, you know, sideways here. We do get the Shieldred back, by the way, too. So there's that, which is nice. All right. That's not a bad card. Double shield. I mean, just keep on stacking the Shieldreds. That seems like a pretty good idea. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna keep stacking Shieldreds here. Do we attack in here to face a double block? Probably not smart now, especially with the Shieldreds being able to just kind of ping the opponent to death. No attacks. All right, this is a very strange game, guys. This is not how I anticipated this game to go, but it'll work out nonetheless. We do have double Shieldreds now, about to be triple, so every time they're drawing cards, we're just gonna basically be pinging them to death. It's kind of a roundabout way to win here, but we're gonna take it. We are gonna take it. I don't know why we struggled to hit lands there that badly. I mean, yeah, it's tough. They're desperately looking for a way to either kill, obviously, a couple Shieldreds here or gain life. I don't think they have either choice here. They could have played out the Intrepid Adversary a little sooner and probably got some attacks through with it, but that might have been their only hope. But either way, I don't think they're going to be able to keep pace with these Shieldreds just being able to be copied every single turn like this. It's kind of busted. All right, we just kind of just rinse repeat, that's all we're gonna keep doing here. No attacks, sack the Shieldred. We're kind of on autopilot right now, to be honest. We're just, you know, we're just sitting back, hanging out. Mono white creatures has no answer for this problem. I'm surprised that they didn't just start sending their creatures through. I'm really surprised about that. Just trying to get us dead before we can get them dead. But we do have some good blockers, obviously, in front here. We've got all these Death Touchers and, you know, things like that. So we got to imagine the opponent's probably going to scoop here. It feels so sad, though, to have the, you know, the Jaxes and the Rata Drawback in hand and just never getting to link that combo up, unfortunately. But we were against mono white though, so it's a pretty aggressive matchup. Brutal Cathar takes Lisa. Little late for that one. If we hit a land here too, I mean, I wouldn't mind going Braids into Jadar. Sorry, that was really hard to say. Braids into Jadar. All right, got some lifelink on the field, but if we don't attack, you can't just take advantage of it. They do have 9 damage over the top. We can't stop now. I mean, they're taking 6 damage though, guaranteed next turn. So all I got to do is pass the turn and I win. I don't know why the opponent hasn't conceded yet, but it is what it is. They're about to get the sleepy emoji, man. What are we doing here? All right, we got the land. We got the 6 life. We got a second Braids. We got the Jadar. No attacks. Pass the turn. Sure. Anything? They sack that, sure. Anything for this? They did just gain some life off of that though, so. Sarah Paragon's ability to let them gain this, you know, the life when those things go from the field to exile. But they finally scoop it up. Game's over. GG's. On to the next one. Sorry that took so long. Man, the loops that this deck can create, just non-stop value, like every turn, like we just saw there, like we were working off 4 mana and no cards we were drawing were helping us at all, but we had this infinite loop happening that, you know, couldn't be stopped. And that's kind of the idea here, is to just keep getting these crazy loops where we spam a bunch of creatures on the battlefield over and over and over and over until the opponent, you know, is forced to play some form of a sweeper. But even then, let's just say we, you know, enter into a world of a sweeper, we still have a really good board state most of the time because, you know, Rata Drawbacks bringing stuff back. It's pretty crazy. I can't lie. Mono red gonna be a tough one to beat here. A tough little deck to beat here. Yeah, I think the more bodies, the better here. Just, you know, create these, you know, potential blockers. No attacks. Decline the offer here to sack anything. I have a pretty good hand. Jax's is only a 2/3, so it's not great, but. Okay, lightning strike my Braids, which I can get back though with the Braids enchantment here. Gosh darn it, man. My nose. I should probably go take an allergy pill. All right, things just got a lot trickier here with the both of my creatures getting killed that way. Let's play out red white source. Do we want to braids? Yeah, let's braids and then let's go level 2. Let's get back our pilgrim here. All right, so next turn we can pilgrim and then Jaxus. Man, I don't think we're gonna be able to win this game. Yeah, that's lethal right there. That's unfortunate. Mono red just doing the thing, man. I mean, it's tough. Mono red is tough right now. Obviously they're you know, they're grueling out mono red, but there was not a whole lot we could have done there. The only other play we had there was to play Jaxus out with its blitz cost and then use the Rite of Oblivion to kill something here. So I don't really mind that loss too much. It is what it is. We just got, you know, that was just really fast. Oh, good old mono red is back with a vengeance. Mono red's a good deck, man. I gotta give credit where credit's due. And without Meat Hook, mono red is a beast, which is kind of unfortunate if I'm being honest, but hey, it's my opinion. All right, opening hand, I get to go first. This is not good enough to get the job done. This is a lot better, I suppose. We drop one of these pilgrims here. Gosh, I wish these cards didn't have names like this. I would totally love to say this card's name, but I mean, Alas Ilcor. Alas Ilcor. I have no idea, guys. I have no idea. We're gonna keep this though. We are gonna drop 1. We do need a red source though for the Jaxus to get that going. But having a 2-drop here is nice. I'm so itchy all the time now. These freaking mosquitoes are all over Arizona right now, man, with the all the rain we've been getting and stuff and the weather change. We're getting a ton of mosquitoes. It's so annoying. All right. Cruelty of Gix. That should be a fun card. Up against Boros deck so far, and they've shown a Spirited Companion. Is this going to be some sort of deck that utilizes like a Sarah Paragon sort of play? We'll see. The green source coming down, maybe? No. Oh, this is just straight aggro. Oh, I wish I would have known that. The Spirited Companion threw me off a little bit there. All right, Braid seems like a fun play because it's a nice body to block with here. And then I'm not going to attack. I'm gonna go ahead and just pass the turn here. We're gonna block now. I'm gonna go ahead and keep all my lands and my creatures. I'm gonna decline this. Braids, I did back Braids down to a 2 of in the deck. It started as a 3 of, actually started as a 4 of, but I backed it down to 2 because it actually turns out Braids is really only great in the super late game once we get, you know, copies of everything, but or if we have like a Rata draw big down, and I didn't want Braids coming in without those tools. Homestead Courage, fun. All right, well, we are gonna block here. Ah, shoot. Okay, well, we are gonna go with the Braids Frightful Return. We are gonna get back our Pilgrim and no attacks. They'll probably just trade with us. Let's do no attacks. No, actually, do we want to sack this? Yeah, let's sack it. All right, we get a Lisa out of the deal. That's a crap deal. Just kidding. No, Lisa's good. I just need a land though to play it. You know what I mean? All right, so now they're gonna go ahead and make it a 4/4. Can't stop that, unfortunately. AO would be really nice to get down to. Okay, making my life really hard here. All right. We'll decline. We'll decline. I'll probably block with the Pilgrim here. Oh, the Raiju has to come down, huh? Okay, well. Time to get a little more aggressive with my blocks here. Gonna have to just trade a few things, unfortunately. They are left with 2 rabid batteries, but at least that buys me a bit of time. That's actually super helpful. We're gonna get, obviously, the life linking body down on the field. I think we're gonna be able to pull this off. It's just unfortunate the way that we did it. I would have loved to get the combo or the loops going, but it just was not the game for us, unfortunately. We still were good enough though to get the job done, it looks like. Obviously, depending upon what they draw here, it could be an absolute banger, but no, not looking like it. They did hesitate though. They did hesitate. Does that mean we should go with the cruelty of Gix here? I'm gonna go ahead and try it. Ah, you got me. The hesitation there to not do anything made me feel like maybe it was something actually useful. They should have played the planes there. A little emote on the way out. They were pretty upset. I don't blame them. We didn't exactly do great ourselves though either. So on to the next one. All right, man. I want to have at least just one more game. Just one more game where we go absolutely berserk and just hit the craziest combos. I do get to go first. That's nice. I do have one piece of the puzzle, which is the Jaxus. I do have multiple red sources, so that's kind of nice. Let's see what we can do. I do have Jadar. Kaya's a little bit of a win more card for sure, but we knew that when we put it in the deck, so I'm not looking forward to having 2 of those in hand. Up against Esper. Oh, it's not Esper. This is going to be 5 colors, I'm assuming. 5 colors might be tricky. 5 colors is never super fun to have to deal with, but all right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna plus this. I think that's the play here. Send into 3/3. Create another body. Kaya's at 4 now, so we can minus Kaya at the drop of a dime, which is really good because Kaya being able to just double the tokens in a single turn can really change the tempo of the game. Really needing a Rata Drawback here in order to have all the pieces that we need. Yeah, this is not ideal. Let's go here again. Need a weapon? Really wish that would have been a black source at least, so I could have gotten the Shieldred down, but no, not able to do so. It's gonna come down to how long it takes our opponent to set up here. It might take them a while to set up, but at the same time, Shigeki's about to do its thing. So there goes Shigeki. Dismiss or dissipate. I'm sorry, dissipate, pilfer, memory deluge. Okay, so they're a bit of a control deck here. Yeah, I'm gonna save the Jaxus because I don't think I want to run it out into some sort of removal spells. Counter spells too, though. That's kind of scary. All right, we need a swamp. A swamp off the top, guys. Swamp off the top. Swamp off the top. Can we get it? Do I need to call Mark again? Let's go. We got it. Okay. Huge. Hopefully this doesn't get countered. Looks like it might. Looks like it might get countered. Oh, it doesn't. Beautiful. Okay, so now we can go get the Rata Drawback, which is fantastic. We drop a Shigeki, but they have 2 Kami Wars, and they got red, green, white, blue. Oh, they're missing blue. They have black. Okay, they're missing a blue source. Right? Yeah. All right. Send it on through. I can teach you a thing. You know what's crazy is I've never in my entire life of playing Kaya, which I've played Kaya a lot, I've never in my life alted the card. Which we could do. So let's reread it real quick. Exile all cards from graveyards, then create 1/1 spirit token with flying for each card exiled this way. That's kind of nuts. They're looking for a blue source that comes in untapped. That's what they're looking for. They could have found it. We'll see. They don't find it, so Kaya's going to be taken away by via Leyline Binding. That's unfortunate. That's fine. Kaya Kaya was not the initial game plan, so totally fine. They still can't get the Kami War to go off, so we're just kind of chilling right now until obviously Shigeki does its thing. All right, we do have to hope for the best a little bit here because the opponent for sure is going to find what they need with the Shigeki, I would imagine. And then they're going to go for the Kami War. But what's nice, though, is the Ratadrobic has the Ward 2. So they're not going to be able to Kami War 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're not going to be able to Kami War the Ratadrobic. So we're good, actually. I was a little worried there, but we're actually okay. Another creature in the yard. I can steal their Shigeki, but that doesn't feel great. All right, Drag to the Bottom does scare me though. Drag to the Bottom, obviously a very good card here. Actually, it's a card that completely annihilates me, doesn't it? Yep. That's a bummer. We do get a Shigeki back. I'm sorry, not a Shigeki, a Ratadrobic back from the graveyard though. So the combo's still on. Let's just hope that they don't have another one of those. All right, game on, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I almost stole their card. That would have been really bad. All right, Ratadrobic back online. Wish me luck here, guys. Combo is about to hit. 2 mana from the opponent, so they can't dissipate. We are gonna discard. Gosh, I guess Kaya. That does hurt a little bit, but Kaya's the play. All right, we keep the original Ratadrobic. We get to create another Ratadrobic, and Braids comes to hand. Attack in with the Jadar, and Jaxus is now going to come in as 2 copies of Jaxus. Boom, boom. And now things are going to get crazy. As long as the opponent doesn't have another Drag to the Bottom, we should be able to absolutely run the board right now. This is going to get nuts. My heart's actually pounding a little bit here because this is going to get crazy. They have enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have enough to pull the trigger on one of those Kami Wars, but they can't hit the Ratadrobic, so they're in a bit of a bind right now. Even if they did hit it, we have a copy of it on the field already, so... But we do need the original on the field in order to copy and stuff, so... Okay, things are gonna get wild. Oh, this is gonna get crazy. Alright, how do we want to do this? How do we want to do this? I think first things first, we copy one more. I'm gonna be greedy. We're copying the Ratadrobic. Did this come in this turn? Yeah. All right. We're getting greedy. We're gonna get real greedy here. So we create 2 more Ratadrobics, meaning that we're gonna create 4 copies of every single creature that we do this to. Now, I think Shieldred is gonna be the 4 copies that we want. Come on down, Shieldred. Oh, don't tell me. Oh, they're gonna dissipate this. Darn it. Makes sense. Makes sense. All right. Well, that plan's over with. Oh, okay. They're going for the Drag to the Bottom. That's a problem. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that. So we are gonna copy Shieldred still. I think that's still the move here. Bounce this back. We keep the original. We keep the original, and then that way the opponent, when they do sweep the board, we're going to be left with at least 1 Shieldred, which is nice. And we're going to be dealing a lot of damage here. Oh yeah, that's game. That's game, ladies and gentlemen. Shieldred's going to close us out here. Go ahead, Shieldred. Do your thing. Do your thing. Oh, it's dirty. This is so dirty. Oh man, GG's. That was close. That was close though. I mean, them going to fish out the Drag to the Bottom was a very smart play. All right, they gain 3 life off of the land that they pull, which does 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. They're not. Yeah, that's not enough. Close, very close. But we are able to close. Let's go. All right, we're gonna see if we can just squeeze in one quick game in here at the end. I don't know if it's gonna make the video or not, but hopefully it does. I'm having a lot of fun. I don't want to stop playing this thing. Good starting hand here. Very good starting hand. We'll keep this, and we'll probably get Jadar out first, I would imagine. I never really know who to go for first, either Jadar or the Pilgrim. Not too sure ever what the right call is there, but I think it's Jadar just because it's double the threats and it starts getting us value right away. Say we top deck like an Oblivion or a Braids, we can start using it right away. So kind of want to use this, but I actually think the Pilgrim's going to be the move here. All right, we swing through. Opponent's only on 3 mana, so we don't have to worry about the Wandering Emperor or anything. I'm surprised we didn't see any plays from the opponent just yet. Down to 17. We're up to 21. And we still have the Braids. Frightful Return, which is great because we can sack the 2/2 token, forcing the opponent to make a bad discard. But we are definitely in the territory here of the Wandering Emperor. I would imagine we can almost guarantee that that's what we're going to be walking into here. So we'll play out Shieldred, and we're just going to attack in with the 2/2 instead of Jadar and the Pilgrim. We're just going to swing in on the 2/2. I don't see why it would be anything else. There's no way Orzhov, pure Orzhov, is not running anything until turn 4 here. And not having it be a Wandering Emperor. Yeah. Easy call. Easy call.
I'm home.
Surprised they didn't pull the trigger on that sooner. I guess... Did they just plus? Okay, I think they just plussed. That's kind of strange. I don't know what they did. Did they do anything, actually? Depopulate. Oh, that's a problem. That's a bit of an issue. But the opponent is down to 9. That's good. Here's what we're going to do. I think we're going to play out Junji. And Junji's a creature that nobody really wants to deal with because it's, you know, ability for them to, you know, discard cards is not fun. But I think what I'm going to do here is attack in with it, dealing the 5. And then I'll probably sacrifice it on purpose, make them discard a card. And then we'll bring back Shieldred, which can then ping them down to the last bit of life that we need. And then hopefully we can close from there. We'll see. Very fun deck though, man. We didn't get to do, I mean, I keep saying that we didn't get to do, we got to do some really cool things. I'm not gonna lie, some really cool things. It just didn't feel like we did the, I guess because the play testing, it was just so extravagant what we pulled off that, I don't know, it just didn't feel. All right, let's go with the attack. What's the odds they have another Wandering Emperor here, guys? Oh, if they have another Wandering Emperor, that would be so bad, wouldn't it? They have to have another Wandering Emperor, right? There's no way. They completely didn't do anything that last turn. I'm playing like a wimp, but you know what? I think it's worth it. All right, here we go. Braids Frightful Return. Oh, okay. I didn't expect that as a maneuver. We are going to still pull the trigger on this. They're going to have to discard a card. And then we're going to get back a Shieldred here. Yeah, I don't know what they were on there, but I was way too afraid of that Wandering Emperor. There was no way I was going to attack into the opponent with that being a potential threat. Because if they minus on that Junji, that would have been so bad for us. They scoop it up. I think maybe because they were upset I played around it. I don't know. It's hard to say, but I don't know why they'd scoop there so early. I guess maybe because they knew we were going to get the Junji back next turn, which I guess is pretty annoying. They they had to have been able to deal with this at some point, right? I mean, they've got some great removal spells here. I don't know, who knows? Anyways, that was fun. Let's break it down. That will conclude today's gameplay portion of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. We're going to break this thing down and talk about it in full. But before I do so, I want to give you guys a huge shout out if you've made it this far into the video, because it helps out an absolute ton with the YouTube algorithm and stuff like that. So thank you for sticking around. It means the world to me, and I do greatly appreciate that support. With that being said, though, let's take a look at today's build, man. So I wanted to play some Radadrobic, as you can tell. And if you couldn't tell, I found the perfect card for it. Jaxus is broken when you talk about playing this with the Radadrobic. Jaxus is a card that I had to actually craft because I've looked at this card many times in the past, had no idea or understanding of how exactly it worked. I mean, I got how it worked. It just didn't seem like a good mechanic to me at all. And I don't know what happened, but I was just perusing through all the legendaries, read this card, and then something went off in my head like, holy cow, this is going to be absolutely absurd. I'm sure, again, people have probably done this in the past. I don't know. You can let me know if anyone's done this build before, but these two cards are meant to be together, man. They are just meant to be together. The fact that we can copy the Radadrobic, and then, you know, Radadrobic just makes multiple copies of these legendaries when they die is absurd. It's absolutely absurd. From there, I knew I had to have a good amount of legendaries in the deck. Obviously, we actually kind of overkilled the amount of legendary creatures we had in the deck originally, and we had to kind of revamp it over and over again until we found a good spot to be in. But we did actually utilize some utility cards here that I think are very important to talk about. We've got things like the Braid's Frightful Return. This card has been pretty cool because not only does it you know, allow us to bring a creature back from the graveyard after it's died, which we kind of specialize in our creatures dying, so we're always going to get value that way, but we could potentially end up using this to get a cheeky kill of our own creature, creating multiple copies of it, making our opponent discard cards, and then, you know, we're drawing cards. This thing does a lot for us here, and it's actually a very good utility card. 2 of is, you know, what I feel like is kind of perfect. And then the Cruelty of Gix, I mean, this card, what can I say, man? This card is just really, really good. Being able to hit your opponent's hand, reanimate something from the graveyard, good enough on its own. But I mean, Saga 2, being able to pull any card you need, if you need one of these pieces to the combo, to be able to pull it from the deck is absolutely amazing. Just a beautiful card. And then from there, we chose our legendary cards, right? I needed the Pilgrim. The Pilgrim is something that I missed in my original build of the Radadrobic, and I thought, have to have the Pilgrim, right? It's too good not to put in this deck, and I don't know why I missed it the first time around, but it is a very good win con, especially in this particular build because of how many copies we're making of it. It also works incredibly with Jadar because the token obviously coming in and out of the battlefield over and over again is going to trigger this life gain for us. Also, the token works really well with the Braids, which is why, of course, we had the Braids. Braids also being a really good card because we want to make sure we're sacrificing our creatures to getting them back later. But I only have a 2 of because this is not a good card to play in the early game unless you have a Jadar down. So kind of hard to get this down on turn 3 and not have a Jadar, because then you aren't really going to be sacrificing much of anything because you kind of need everything. You need your mana, you need your creatures until the Radadrobic hits the field. Shieldred, obviously, no brainer, right? And then Lisa, of course, being able to cycle some of those cards back to our hand is very, very good. And then I splashed in 1 AO, 1 Junji for some flexibility. They both do some really cool things. And of course, I had to splash in 2 of my Kayas in the deck because Kaya is one of my favorite planeswalkers. And if we can somehow manage to copy Radadrobic's tokens, it's absolutely absurd. And then Rite of Oblivion is probably still, in my opinion, the best removal spell out there because it can hit anything and it exiles them for very, very cheap. All you gotta do is sack a creature, and that's not too much of a problem for us. So yeah, that's the deck, guys. The only issue I would say I had with this deck, and a real issue is the mana, right? Because we're only splashing red for the Jaxus, but at the same time, the Jaxus almost needs double loyalty to red because you're blitzing it in for the 2, and then you need that you know, second red source to tap for the Troublemaker right away. And a lot of times we didn't have that, and we were getting caught in some weird predicaments because we only have, you know, the 9 red sources. So it's tough to say on how you want to do that because, I mean, they don't offer you a ton of multicolored lands for red and black and white. Like, Mardu is just not a very heavy supported color scheme right now. So you might need to add a few more basics of red in there, but if you do, I mean, the rest of your deck is just pure double black, double white source things, and you might get screwed the other way around. So that's one thing I'll say that this deck needs. It needs a little bit of a facelift in the mana department, but let me know if you guys find a solution for that. you know, there's other special types of lands. Obviously, you can run out. Something I was thinking about maybe adding is maybe that Hero of the Pyres land card. You can add some of that stuff in here like this. This could be really good. I really should have considered this, but it was a little too late into the video by the time I realized I didn't have it in the deck. So definitely maybe add that could help your problems out a little bit more too. But anyways, that will conclude today's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. And before I get out of here, as always, a huge shout out goes to the MARDU Mob. The MARDU Mob, if you guys don't know, is the membership program here on the channel. So they help support the channel through their monthly memberships, and I got to give them a huge shout out and appreciation at the end of every video, because they help keep the channel alive and keeps it growing. So thank you for everything. And yeah, this one was for you, obviously, MARDU Mob. And with that being said, though, guys, that'll conclude today's video. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you sticking all the way through to the end. It means the world to me. And yeah, that'll do it, guys. We're on the road to 10,000 subscribers. So if you haven't hit that bell or the subscribe button already, if you wouldn't mind doing so, it goes a very long way. But that'll do it, guys. We'll see you tomorrow for another video. Until next time, peace.
Hit him 3 times like a hat trick. The name is Fizzy, no Patrick. If you play him, then it's tragic. Hit him with the mythic, yeah, that's magic. Yeah, MTG, that's what you'll see if you like and subscribe. With the upload, man. Man, all of the time. Coming with the best decks, this is the meta. This ain't cheap, yes.